I'm hoping and praying that the OCC will take a new direction, choke point 2.0 will be wiped clean, and all of a sudden Goldman Sachs, Citibank, Morgan Stanley, and Jefferies will be saying, hey, go hire some of those Galaxy guys. Now that it's less than 2 years later, we'll see if the US is really all in on Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies by the time that ETF debuts in 2 years. There will be good rules and regulations. According to Mike Novogratz, CEO of Galaxy Digital, the cryptocurrency industry in the US has a bright future in the coming months and years, no matter who wins the November election for president. This week, several spot Ethereum exchange-traded funds were approved, which, according to Novogratz, marks the end of the choke point 2.2.0 era and shows that digital assets are no longer seen as outsider investments in the US. Novogratz recently talked to Bankless about how politics and federal agencies in the US are changing their views on the cryptocurrency industry. He talked about how politicians like former President Donald Trump have recently said they only support cryptocurrencies. Novogratz says that another important domino is falling right now, which could unleash tens of trillions of dollars worth of digital assets in the crypto market and beyond very quickly. As Wall Street giants like Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, and others move into the crypto space, this domino effect happens. According to Novogratz, a number of big Wall Street companies are currently researching cryptocurrency and getting ready to make big moves into the industry, but this information has not yet been made public. The biggest asset manager in the world, BlackRock, applied for spot crypto-based ETFs, got them approved, and then started breaking ETF records that had been set for decades, according to him. According to Larry Fink, CEO of BlackRock, who is now a crypto evangelist, others are following the money and giving up their old, bad opinions about the cryptocurrency space. Novogratz thinks that the huge influx of these Wall Street giants will become clearer in the coming months and that the US will fully embrace crypto by 2026. The cryptocurrency market will obviously benefit a lot from this, as prices for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and other cryptocurrencies will skyrocket. Whatever person wins, some kind of infrastructure or market structure bill will be passed, FIT 21, Volume 3. And I'm hoping and thinking that the OCC will get new leadership, that choke point 2.2.0 will be over, and that Goldman Sachs, Citibank, Morgan Stanley, and Jefferies will all rush to hire some of those Galaxy employees. They're making these desks while the headhunter calls. After that, you'll see a lot more action. Because of this, I think about it in two ways. Seriously, the battle is going to get tougher. However, this is a good thing because it will bring in a lot more people because those groups will be more energized and bring their big institutions with them. Although I believe Galaxy is a top-notch business, most clients would rather work with Goldman. As their balance sheet, they believe it. We're just naturally that way. Because I know it will bring a lot of energy to our place, I want the giants to become involved. Where is energy important? For example, Bitcoin moves money to other places, which powers everything. It's the other places that need to be built up so they can reach their destinations, right? For tickets, I want blockchain technology. In what is probably my best crypto story, I got a call from Adam Clayton, the bass player for the band U2. I truly believed it was a hoax call. I believe my brother was playfully teasing me. Dude, I listened to your show. Come to the concert. So I actually go out to the Meadowlands with a friend, go backstage and meet Bono the Edge. He says, oh, we played your frickin' podcast on our jet ride out here while I was talking about blockchain-based tickets and NFTs in 2015. They weren't known as that. One of Satoshi's biggest contributions was being the first person to post private information on the internet. Were there no private property before Satoshi, you could copy, paste, and control. Uniqueness is, therefore, private property. Anyway, I told him you'll have tickets. You can throw them from the stage to the guy in the front row, and he'll catch them on his phone and come down and get the seats, because they hate empty front row seats. And I'm playing all this jazz, which makes them very happy. 8 years later, we still don't have blockchain-based tickets. When projects reach their full potential, I'll be content. What's wrong with not having it? It's not wanted by Ticketmaster. Due to Uber's opposition, we do not have blockchain-based car sharing. How can a group compete with, say, a giant? Why is Facebook still the most popular social network? It's not spread social. Autonomous social network is not available. Therefore, we've been smoked in a lot of the directions. It remains to be seen whether these projects will have enough support and money to take on the current leader in 5 years when the Bitcoin price rises and brings more money into the space. Goldman Sachs gets involved, and more people bring more and more people in. Have we ever had a global speculation mania? The NASDAQ bubble happened. It was within the United States. The Watanabe family in Japan and the Sikh family in northern India, for example, weren't there, right? That boom was in the United States with the railroads. Before the flower bubble, it was based in Amsterdam. The first global offering was crypto. Why the Bitcoin ETF is also so important for the US is that it was the first time the government said, "We approve of this." A gun was pointed at Gary Gensler's back as he said it. He wanted to avoid saying it, but he had to. We also have to give the Grayscale guys a lot of credit. Although they did many bad things, they did one good thing when they went on the lawsuit and asked, "What are you guys talking about saying there's a future is not true?" There is no reason for it. Plus, those cases cost money. That's why I give that team credit. The US government has never said that crypto is good before. You gave us your okay. That's what I do for the Pope. That was really significant. Once that ETF goes live 2 years from now, the United States will fully support Bitcoin and all other cryptocurrencies. Regulations will be good. We're going to have rules. I remembered talking to a TradFi guy who was very important at work. He went to a big coin business. It had been about 3 months since he had called me. He told them, "Dude, I'm seeing these people I used to hang out with all the time. They treat me like I'm a thief when I get there." Besides that, he had a big operation. "Yes, welcome to our world," I said. Basically, we were treated like outcasts in many ways. Not really, but maybe a little less since I talk so much. Now though, the government has said, no, this is a good industry if this information is written down. I think an amazing amount of energy will be released. When a law is passed and people say, "You see Gary Gensler not at the SEC," then pointless cases stop happening. So listen, I'm not saying crypto wasn't bad. Still, it's responsible for a lot of crap. It's like 10 to 15 imposters a week on Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, and other sites trying to scam me and steal my money. As a macro guy, that never happened to me. That's why the world of crypto has been full of shady deals. I saw an old tweet of mine that said, "Oh my goodness, Do Kwon and Sam Bankman-Fried are becoming the next CZS. Like unbelievably innovative, unbelievably charismatic, unbelievable, all three of them are going to jail." Actually, as a business, we deserve some of the flack we got. However, it feels good to know that most of that is behind us. Additionally, the government will soon give us a clean bill of health. There will be a lot more fun in the next 5 years than in the last 5. What's needed in crypto is likely to change. In response to your question, I said, well, I tell stories. I also think it will be important to tell stories. Even so, pipes will be very important. Basically, and as a business, you'll only want to be formally strategic. How can the community fight Ticketmaster? Starting a blockchain-based tickets business, what do you need? That way we'll never have one, right? Just like Travis Kalanick had to do when he went after the car drivers. After talking to him for a few hours about a year ago, I realized why the decentralized Uber didn't work. In addition, he created Uber. He's a totally rogue badass. Not to mention that he didn't mind being sued. Charges were made against him. For demand, he paid. He bought supplies. His ability to bring in money was truly impressive. Starting that company, which is now one of the best in the world, took a lot of toughness, determination, and breaking the rules. Honestly, what's interesting is that it's probably easier to mess with now that it's built than it was before. Actually, that's the next part of this story. Personally, I believe there will be more business owners and plumbers than stories.